Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Stacy's Closet. If you're here, that means you're here on purpose, which means you have purpose. So let's get into it this morning. As you can see, I have on a gray hat, I have on a burgundy or wine colored, whatever you want to call it, shirt, and then I have some regular gray leggings, right? That match my hat. Now the shoes, this is the boots that I'll be wearing, right? This is the boots, right? Okay, so the hat and the boot are Amazon. Y'all know that's one of my favorite places. My earrings, which are burgundy stars, I got from Cato's, along with the shirt came from Cato's. And the leggings, I got them from Rose's. I'm going to put all of that in the description. You already know how I get down. You know how I get down. And of course, you know my nails, same place, lgirlznails. Now, I want to show you this little palette, right? Because I told you guys, she has gotten into doing press-ons. So I'm going to give you, this is her press-ons. This is just some of them, some of her designs, right? Okay, and I'm going to put all this information, how you can get them and everything, all in the description. And of course, you guys, shout out to my favorite place, because y'all know that's where I'm going to have to tune in. That is, of course, my favorite spot, the one and only, the City of David. And if you're in Gastonia, it is 2500 Crescent Lane. Service starts at 11 o'clock. Y'all know that's my home, that's my place. But because I'm not physically able to be there, some of you might not be able to either, but you can join on Facebook Live. Again, that is the City of David, and service starts at 11 o'clock. So you can join them on Facebook Live just like I do. Again, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, I want to jump right into something that some people had brought to my attention. And y'all know I don't typically go on to political stuff. I try to stay away because that's not everybody's cup of tea. And I don't want to, I'm not going to try to push my beliefs on anyone else, right? So you probably hear me say this all the time. At the end of every single one of my segments, I always tell you that if you're alive, you got two things. God gave you a choice and a chance, right? So today we're going to talk about choices. So let's get into it. Now, as you guys know, abortion has been such a huge hot topic. It's a hot topic button again. And as someone who's a Christian and I'm saved, right? People typically feel like, okay, well, if you're supposed to really be saved, then you shouldn't believe in abortion, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. First of all, I believe what the Bible says. The Bible told me that I need to work out my own soul of salvation with fear and trembling. That means I can't work out yours. I can't work out yours. You can only work out yours, okay? And if God gave us free will, that means that he gave us the option to choose him, right? So he gave us free will. That means everybody has a chance and a choice if you get another day, right? So who am I to tell somebody else what is wrong or what they shouldn't do with their body? That's not my place. That is a decision that should be left up to that person and their individual thought. Like, they need to talk to God about that. That's not for me to do so. That's not my I can't come over and I can't come over and just start raking the leaves in your yard. You know what I mean? That's just like, okay, my sister was fussing about her neighbor. Her neighbor had cut her grass, right? He had came over too far and cut her grass. Well, she's very particular about her grass, y'all. I don't know nothing about that. Y'all know I don't even cut grass, okay? But anyway, she's real particular about her grass, right? So she was very offended that he came over and had cut into her yard. And she was furious about that. And I was like, I don't get what the big deal is, child. I'd be glad somebody came and cut mine. But because she's particular about the way her grass is cut, she cuts it a certain way. So who am I? Who are you to go over and start cutting her grass? You get what I'm saying? Look, mind the business that pays you. And that is your business. When we get over off into somebody else's business, baby, that is not the business that pays you. Okay? Mind your business. Stay in your, you can't drive. Listen, if a car has one steering wheel, right? It got one. Now I know some of y'all, some of y'all passengers sometime, or y'all backseat drivers sometime, y'all feel like it's another steering wheel, and so y'all think that y'all can tell the driver what to do, how to do it. When slow down, you're going too slow, you're going too fast, slow it down. Okay, listen, baby, it got one steering wheel for a reason, because it's only one driver. Both of y'all can't drive this car. Stay in your lane. Okay? So it's not I can't tell someone else what to do. And again, yes, if my choice would be my business. Okay? Now, one, I'm too old to be, that's another thing. First of all, how you can't even have no kids, and you trying to tell somebody else what they need to do with their body. Because I can't even have none. So what I look like trying to tell somebody else what they need to do? Because guess what? I'm not getting ready to raise your kids. Everybody who know me know I don't eat halfway food with children like that. I love you though. But again, what I look like I'm trying to control. I can't come in your house and tell you what to do in your house. That's like me coming in your house and saying, "Oh, girl, I don't like this color paint you got up on the wall. We're going to go change that." And I'm going to go and look. And this the catch. This the real tea right here. I'm going to try to make you go and pay for the paint for me to, and then tell you to paint it. See, that's foolishness. What that sound like? If somebody told you that, I'm coming to your house, what I need you to do is I need you to buy the paint, and you're going to have to paint it too, because I don't like that color paint in your house. Who am I? First of all, you're going to probably tell me to get out your house because it's yours, right? So who am I to come over into your house and tell you what to do with your house? Because at the end of the day, this is my house. And I tell people, and I say this every day, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. See, I'm talking about this house right here. I can't come over into your house and tell you what you're going to do in your house. It don't work that way. God gave us all a free will, and he gave us all a choice, okay? Who am I to say, okay, well, I'm going to take your free will. I'm going to take your choice. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to take all that from you. And then after I done took all that from you, now what I need you to do is turn around, and now you're going to raise that which I done took from you. That's foolishness. And I'm going to let y'all in on something. Again, I'm not telling anyone what they should do. I'm just giving my thought because someone asked me about my thought on it. And basically what they expected was, they did not expect for me to say that God gave us free will. And as for me and my house, it is my business what I do with my house, okay? They didn't expect that. So I want to be clear when I say this. This is nobody else's thoughts. I'm telling you my thoughts, my opinion on the matter. And my opinion on the matter is, you have free choice and free will. That's my opinion on it. Now, let me just tell you this story. Some of you know, I grew up in foster care. And at one point I was at a children's home. While I was at the children's home, I had the blessing to meet a young lady who, at the time, she was a couple of years older than me. So she probably would have been like 13, 14. Okay. However, she had a mind of like a 6-year-old, right? And at the time, I'm young. I don't know nothing about none of that. Something wrong with her? And then, I was just like, honestly, is she retarded? Like, what's wrong with her, right? That's just how, because I'm a kid, right? I don't know any better. I didn't understand why she was older, and she looked physically older, right? She had already started to get her feminine parts and stuff. She was already being well endowed, all of that, right? And I'm thinking, what's wrong with her? And then this is the thing I gotta tell you, and this is what's crazy. This is a kid mind. Understand, this is a kid's mind, a kid's processing, okay? She was a little redhead little girl, right? Little redhead with freckles, right? And there was a little redhead little boy that went to school with me. And he was mentally handicapped. He was in like the slower classes or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, that's what's wrong with it. It's because she got red hair. As a kid, I put them together like, okay, because he was slow and she, he had red hair. I'm thinking that's what it was, right? Okay, not understanding the true tea, right? So a lot of the kids, would pick on her because she just was slow, right? And she was just not, she was a big kid to be acting like she was about 6 years old. So then, I, being nosy the way I was, I overheard our house parent talking. And they were talking about her, and they were talking about how her biological, not stepdaddy, not mama's boyfriend, her biological father, after her mother passed away, her biological father began to rape and molest her. And he basically allowed others to do the same, right? And so her mind kind of went blank after that. So these events happened to her. From what I understand, her mom passed away when she was about 4 years old. And I guess, this stuff started round about that time. And then, at 6 years old, it was said that at 6, he started to allow other people to come in and rape her as well. And so her mind shut off. It was a coping mechanism, a defense mechanism. Sometimes we can have such a traumatic event happen to us that we try to block it out. Self-preservation. So your mind blocks it out, and your mind will go somewhere that you just stay in that happy place. And her happy place was being a kid. So her happy place was before that traumatic experience happened. She ended up at the children's home because she basically became pregnant. It was determined that the father was the father. Upon coming to the children's home, she was given an abortion, right? Now, I know that people will say, okay, well, if she got pregnant, then that was God's will. And again, everything we love to be like, oh, that was God's will. God let that happen. And anytime something bad is going on, we love to throw everything on God. We get mad and everything else. Okay, but when everything is going good in your life, you need to also give him the blessings. He's still the same God, honey. He's the same God. Okay, the same one that blesses too. So stop. But again, I personally, I would not have wanted to keep a child that was fathered by my father. I would not have wanted to keep a child and I was still a child myself. I would not have wanted to keep a child and my mind was gone. Okay? Now, again, I know that people, I know that you're going to hear, a lot of people say, well, that's still taking a life. Again, choices. That may have been your choice. Maybe you are not that person and you say, you know what, I can't do it, so I would have had to have the baby. That is your choice. You have every right to that. You have every right to that. You have every right to your feelings and how you feel about that. But understand something. So does she. And the right to keep her body safe was taken away from her. Understand, it got taken. The right to keep her body safe was taken away from her. Okay? So again, they did. That would have included her her social worker and the children's home. They decided what they felt was best for that particular young lady. Again, choices. That was their choice, same way it was. Look, we all have choices. I personally, I would have been thankful, grateful, the whole nine. But again, everybody has choices. And I told that story, and it's facts, true story. I would drop names, but I can't do that. Okay. Now, but again, everybody has something that happened to them, right? And you had to make a choice. But it was your choice to make. When I decided that I wanted to give my life to God, that was my choice because He gave me free will. It was my choice, right? So I chose to do that. Nobody forced me to do it. Nobody took that choice away from me. Nobody said, this is what you have to do. No, not at all. I chose because He gave me free will. And because He put life in my body today, He gave me another two things, a chance and a choice, right? So I say to anyone who's listening to this, whatever choices that you make, understand, those are your choices. You have to live with those consequences. Don't let somebody else's thoughts, their opinions, or their whatever, because your opinion is not needed nor required, okay, baby? So you can say whatever you want to say. You know, I tell y'all this all the time. I love you, sweetheart, but your opinion is not needed nor required in my life. Now, I love you, though. But this right here, my house. So whatever color I want to paint it, that's the color I want to paint my walls in my house, okay? And whatever decorations I want to make to my house is my business because I'm in my own lane. And see, I mind the business that pays me. So when I tend to my own garden, right? I began to produce my own fruit. I ain't over there trying to steal somebody else's fruit off their tree. You know, look here. I can't, again, if I'm an apple tree, I can't go over here and try to make myself into oranges. Stop getting into somebody else's business. Mind the business that pays you. All these self-righteous folk running around here, work out your own soul of salvation with fear and trembling. You can't work out mine. Last I checked, man ain't got no heaven or hell to send me to. So your opinion is not needed nor required. Okay? So, because again, my ways don't need to please you. The Bible tells me that if my ways are pleasing to God, come on somebody, I don't need to please you. So your opinion of me doesn't matter. But just because it's your opinion don't make it fact and don't make it right. Okay? Just because you have strong opinions about, life. Okay, listen. I am pro-life, especially pro-life. Understand what I'm about to say. I am pro-life, right? And in this thing in life, we got free will. So you're right, I am pro-life. I'm pro you have free will. So you do with that which whatever you want to do. Because it ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and God. It ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. I am not your creator. I'm not, no, none of that. I did not die on the cross for you. Because some of y'all, the Lord knows He's still working with me. Because some of y'all, I wouldn't. Okay. So again, He's still working on me. He ain't through with me yet. You know, the songwriter said, but when He get done, I'm going to come out as pure gold. We're going to, okay. He ain't done yet. He's still working on that part. But again, some of y'all so busy worried about what somebody else is doing, you need to sweep around your own front door and stay out of mine. Okay? But again, the only time that I am very hardcore pro-life is when it comes to the death penalty. And this is why. It's a proven fact that we make mistakes. Okay? It is also a proven fact that Lady Justice is not blind until it becomes other races, other than this beautiful melanin skin. right? So she blind when it's other folk. She just ain't blind when it come to this. Okay? So because of that, I can't support a system that is already rigged against us. I can't support a system that's already saying I'm going to kill you. But guess what? I'm not even 100% sure you actually are the one that did it. Okay. The other part to that is, who am I to throw the first stone at you? Now, do I agree that you should have punishment for killing someone, or absolutely. But I want y'all to understand something. This is what is so sad. Do you understand that there are people that got longer sentences for selling drugs, selling weed, than murderers, than child rapists, or even adult rapists, right? You give them more time? There are people that out, and this is what is crazy. So when it comes to the, again, there are some things. I am pro-life, but that's because I'm pro-life when it comes to the prison system. I'm pro-life when it comes to that. I don't agree with the death penalty. And again, I don't agree with the death penalty because, again, justice is only blind when it comes to this part. They're not blind when it comes to us. When it comes to black and brown skin, it's no longer blind, okay? So because of that, I cannot stand behind a system that's already rigged to kill us. I can't do it. And then I don't understand how it is that their justice system can get, I'm going to give more time. Because last time I checked, the Bible said I have no respect of person, meaning your life is not greater than another life. So why is it that if you kill a police officer, you automatically, in some states, you're getting a death penalty, but a police officer can kill you and go home to his family? Okay. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. So yes, am I pro-life? Absolutely, when it comes to that. I am pro-choice when it comes to whatever you want to do with your body. That's your house. You do whatever you want to do. Listen, let me tell you something. I do all kind of stuff with my house. And when I say that, I say this. Y'all know I wear any color lipstick, any color eyeshadow. I dye my hair, color my hair. Look, I lay it, fry it to the side, everything, right? It's my house. I can do that. And your opinion, I'm not going to change who I am because of your opinion of me. That'd be foolish. I'm too old for that. Y'all know I'm in this 51st chapter, okay? I'm too old for that. I'm not getting ready to change who I am to make you feel better about who you are, okay? I'm not going to do that. I love my house. So there are times where I feel like dressing up my house. Then guess what? There are times where I feel like just kicking back and relaxing, okay? And for the most part, if you see me on a everyday regular basis, you'll see I ain't got on no makeup. I'm chilling. I'm kicked back late. I don't, again, because that's my choice, right? I can put on what I want to put on my house, right? And I have to keep saying my house because some of y'all have gotten it twisted. You want to go in somebody else's house and tell them what to do. Get your own house in order, okay? Now, I know that, you remember the song, Papa was a Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home. Okay, some of y'all, that might be how y'all feel. Okay, well, guess what? It don't work like that. Wherever you lay your hat is just where you lay your hat. You can't lay your hat over in somebody else's house and then think you're going to tell them what to do in their house. Don't work that way, baby. So again, I thank you. And those are just my thoughts on your choice, okay? Your choice. Women, your choice. It is between you and God. Have a conversation with him. Have a conversation with whoever. But it's your choice, okay? So again, it's your house. Work out your own house. Now, and if anyone has not told you today, I'm going to be the first to tell you that I love you. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's just what it is. Okay? Now, That's a hug from me to you. I love you, beautiful. And again, if you're above ground, God gave you two things: a chance and a choice. Okay? Choose wisely. That's all I'm going to tell you. Take a chance on you and choose wisely. Okay? So until next time, this is Stacy's Closet saying goodbye. And I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. Okay?